The billionaire who tried to buy a nation freedom. Andrew Carnegie, forgotten fight against empire.
Imagine this. You're one of the richest men in the world, a self-made billionaire who built an empire from nothing. But instead of hoarding your wealth, you offer millions to buy freedom for an entire nation, against your own government's wishes. Sounds like a Hollywood plot, right? Well, it's the true story of Andrew Carnegie, the steel tycoon who dared to challenge American imperialism. Today, we're diving into a lesser-known chapter of his life that's unexpected, instructive, and incredibly motivating. If you've ever felt like one person can't change the world, stick around. This might just prove you wrong. Let's roll the clock back to the Gilded Age.
Section 1. From Rags to Riches, the Making of a Mogul. Andrew Carnegie was born in 1835 in a tiny Scottish cottage in Dunfermline. His father was a handloom weaver, but the Industrial Revolution crushed that trade. By age 12, the family was broke and starving. They packed up and sailed to America in 1848, arriving in Pittsburgh with nothing but hope. Young Andrew started as a bobbin boy in a cotton mill, earning $1.20 a week. That's about $40 today. He hustled, memorizing streets as a telegraph messenger, teaching himself Morse code by ear, and rising to become a railroad executive's right-hand man. But here's the motivational kicker. At 20, after his dad's death, Carnegie borrowed money to invest in sleeping cars and oil. Risky? Absolutely. But it paid off big. By 33, he was worth $400,000, over $5 million today. He spotted the future in steel, adopting the Bessemer process and building Carnegie Steel into a powerhouse. In 1901, he sold it to J.P. Morgan for $480 million. His share, about $303 million, making him richer than Rockefeller at the time. Carnegie's mantra, "The man who dies rich dies disgraced." He believed wealth was a tool for good, not greed. But his life wasn't all smooth. There were dark spots, like the brutal Homestead strike in 1892, where he approved crushing a union, leading to deaths and regrets that haunted him. That scar pushed him toward redemption through philanthropy. The man who dies rich dies disgraced. Andrew Carnegie. This rags to riches tale is inspiring, but what if I told you Carnegie used his fortune to try and stop America from becoming an empire?
Section 2. The Spark of Empire, the Spanish-American War. Fast forward to 1898. America is buzzing with manifest destiny fever. The U.S. declares war on Spain over Cuba's independence. It ends quickly. We win. And, as part of the Treaty of Paris, America buys the Philippines from Spain for $20 million. But the Filipinos, led by Emilio Aguinaldo, had been fighting for their own freedom. They declared independence, expecting U.S. support like in Cuba. Instead, America annexes them as a colony. Cue the Philippine-American War, a brutal conflict that kills thousands. Not everyone in America was on board. A wave of anti-imperialists rose up, including Mark Twain, who called it civilizing with a Krag rifle. And, at the forefront, Andrew Carnegie. Why? Carnegie saw imperialism as a betrayal of American values, democracy, freedom, self-determination. Empires, he argued, breed war and oppression. As a pacifist who funded peace initiatives, he couldn't stand by.
Section 3. The Bold Offer, Buying Freedom. Carnegie didn't just talk, he acted. In 1898, with the treaty pending, he marched into the White House and confronted President William McKinley. America is facing war in the Philippines, he warned. Our people and the Filipinos will soon be killing one another. His solution? Let him buy the island's independence for $20 million, the exact amount America paid Spain. He'd give the money directly to the Filipinos to secure their freedom. Imagine that. A private citizen offering to reimburse his government to prevent colonization. Carnegie even asked for authority to go to Manila himself, declare U.S. goodwill, and recognize independence. His motivations ran deep. As an immigrant who achieved the American dream, he believed in liberty for all. In his essay, Distant Possessions, he wrote that acquiring empires contradicts American traditions. He joined the anti-imperialist league, becoming vice president alongside Twain and former presidents. But McKinley? He ignored it. The offer fell flat. Carnegie's sarcasm burned. He nearly backed McKinley's opponent in 1900 over this. This wasn't just philanthropy, it was a moral stand against power.
Section 4. The Aftermath, War and Legacy. The Philippine-American War raged from 1899 to 1902. Over 4,000 Americans and 20,000 Filipino soldiers died, with civilian casualties possibly hitting 200,000 from disease and famine. Carnegie kept fighting, lobbying, writing, funding peace efforts, but the U.S. held on until 1946. This chapter changed Carnegie. It fueled his second career in philanthropy. He poured $350 million into libraries, universities, and peace organizations, like the Peace Palace in The Hague, home to the International Court of Justice. His Gospel of Wealth essay argued that the rich must redistribute fortunes for societal good. By his death in 1919, he'd given away nearly everything. His legacy? Over 3,000 libraries worldwide, Carnegie Mellon University, and a blueprint for modern billionaires like Gates and Buffett.
Section 5. Lessons for Today, Motivation and Inspiration. So, what can we learn from this unexpected story? First, it's a reminder that true success isn't just about money, it's about impact. Carnegie went from factory boy to empire challenger, showing that your background doesn't define your potential. Second, stand for your principles, even against giants. In a world of geopolitical tensions, his anti-imperialism echoes today. Think Ukraine or global freedom fights. One voice backed by action can spark change. Finally, use your resources, big or small, for good. Whether it's donating time, money, or influence, you can be a force against injustice. Carnegie didn't win the Philippines battle, but he inspired a movement toward peace. If this motivates you, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. What's a cause you'd fight for with everything? Thanks for watching. Remember, history's full of unsung heroes. See you next time.